Well, guys, it seems that people will go to great lengths to try to prove that racism is alive and well in this country. And they're willing to make up all kinds of things and spray paint their own doors and go on local television to say, oh, I am a victim of a vile racist attack. It also seems that said same individuals are willing to burn their house down with people in it to prove a point. And I'm shitting you not here. I'm kidding you not. This guy, and we're about to watch this video because his local ABC channel did a story because supposedly his HOA, his homeowners association, are a bunch of, I guess, Klan members. And they spray painted graffiti. I mean, all this reeks of lies and deceit. But let's just check this out. This is the guy right here that you see this, alleged hate crime victim charged with burning his own house down. Okay, now you see where this is going. He may be a bit of a liar.
Found racist graffiti on the door of his home in Huntsville. The message saying, "We don't like your kind," ended with a racial slur. And tonight, the homeowner says he believes who knows who did it.
Who the hell talks like that? We don't like your kind. Like this is 1939 for crying out in Mississippi. That reeks of lies and bullshit. It truly does.
Our Micah Hatfield has a story you'll only see on 13.
Mario Roberson showed up to his home here in the Waterwood neighborhood yesterday morning to that hateful message. He says it's just the icing on the cake after years of mistreatment by the neighborhood's board, who he believes played a role in what happened.
People are being terrible because of the hatred in their heart. Well, I'll start by saying that.
Mario Roberson says he feels pity on whoever wrote such a hateful message on the door of his home. He says it appeared 2 days after a contentious Waterwood neighborhood members meeting, and he doesn't think that's a coincidence.
This is jealousy. This is racism at its finest.
That's what he says others have told him in the wake of what happened. Roberson believes between the meeting and the graffiti using a racial slur and saying they don't like people like him, it's opened others' eyes to the treatment he's faced since he moved into the neighborhood in 2016. That treatment coming from the neighborhood's board, according to Roberson, and he believes they played a part in the graffiti.
The vicious Klan HOA that has obviously been targeting black people for years and years viciously in South Texas. Oh, tell me this doesn't reek of lies and deceit. Keep in mind, before we even get to the idea that this guy has probably burnt his own house down with people in it and killed them, and he's facing a boat ton of charges, this is the guy's history, okay? His background brings up several civil lawsuits against him in Oklahoma and Texas, mainly involving money. A civil lawsuit in Harris County was filed precisely 4 days to the day before the fire, listing Roberson as a defendant. At the end of 2017, the suit said he agreed to buy a property off Beltway 8 containing a golf course, hotel, 7 office buildings, and a restaurant for $104 million. Wait, how much money does this guy have? That agreement was made 13 years after the records show he filed for bankruptcy. The lawsuit claims Roberson showed up to a title company's office in 2018 to execute a purchase and sale agreement with what he claimed to be $1 million in cash in briefcases. The plaintiff noted in the lawsuit that he did not believe the money existed. Ultimately, the judge signed an order of non-suit which dismissed the case without prejudice to Roberson. As of Monday night, Roberson was not in custody. Okay. In custody for what? Burning his own house down. This is nuts. A Texas man who claimed his house was sprayed with racist graffiti is now facing charges of burning down his own house. 2 men, including a family member, reportedly died in the fire, and another person was seriously injured. A San Jacinto County grand jury returned a true bill indictment against Waterwood resident Mario Roberson, Sheriff Greg Capers told Breitbart, Texas on Tuesday. The grand jury charged Roberson with felony arson. Yikes. After an investigation by the Texas State Fire Marshal's office into a June 10th fire that left 2 people dead and another seriously injured. San Jacinto County Sheriff Greg Capers told Breitbart, Texas that a warrant for Roberson's arrest has not been issued. We can't do anything until we have the warrant for his arrest. The best thing Roberson can do would be turn himself in, you lying F-bomb. God. Roberson claimed earlier this year that his house was spray painted with graffiti that included racial slurs. Quote, and this is what we just heard on video, so I'm not going to read it again, but basically, we don't like your kind around here. Roberson blamed the Waterwood Property Owners Association for the attack. He said there was an ongoing dispute over short-term rentals in the subdivision. ABC 13 obtained body-worn camera video from law enforcement at the fire scene. In it, Roberson is heard telling authorities, "The neighbors called me. I kept hearing the phone ring," she said. "Mario, your house is on fire. I thought she was playing. She said, your truck. I come over here. I didn't expect to see this. Matter of fact, when this went down, I know y'all heard about this racist stuff that was sprayed on my door." According to the neighbors, the man who survived the fire got out covered in flames. Wow. He drove a truck away from the scene and later crashed into a ditch. San Jacinto County deputies found him. "I stepped in some gas," the burn man told the deputy. "I'm burned up." When asked by the deputy what happened, he said, "I'm telling you, I'm from Houston. This dude, he told me to bring him out here to Huntsville. He said somebody wants to do a numbers job on a house." Roberson faced a first-degree felony charge, and if convicted on a charge, he would face a sentence of 5 to 99 years in Texas prison. So, and the numbers job that he was referring to is a way of claiming, I think it is to burn a house up. I read earlier, to basically burn a house up in order to possibly collect like insurance money or something like that. So it looks like, at minimum, if he didn't start the fire, maybe he hired somebody to burn the house down. It killed 2 people, and somebody was severely injured. Maybe it was the person that actually did the burning down, because he said something about the numbers job. Point of fact, where I'm going with this was, did he set all this up by saying, "Hey, they called me all this racist BS, so when I burn this house down, it's just going to look like the vile," it doesn't say Trump supporting racist, but he might as well just went full Jussie Smollett here and hired a couple of African dudes to claim some MAGA people beat him up. I mean, my God, this is nuts. It looks to me like he proactively went on the news, said I was called this bad stuff by the HOA, so then I'm going to burn the house down, and it's going to look so obvious that racists did it. Except fire marshals aren't that stupid. What they can do is conduct investigations and follow trails and prove that you burnt your own shit down. I mean, plain and simple. They can actually prove. And trace it back and figure out who actually set the place afire. Or if somebody else set the place afire on your behalf. That's what they do. It's called investigative work. And he thought, evidently, maybe he could cover it up using this racist hoax thing. We don't even know. It's nuts. This is amazing, folks. And people wonder why when they hear a Bubba Wallace scenario, they hear a Jussie Smollett scenario, they hear this guy's scenario, that nobody believes it. This is why nobody believes it, because it smells like BS, and a lot of it. And it smells like BS immediately. Had I seen the story where he said all this stuff was painted on his door and he was called the N-word at the end of it, I would have said, nah, I don't think I believe you. I just don't. I don't know what happened, but if I was just to wager a guess, my gut feeling is you probably spray painted it on there and then called ABC 13 to be like, come look at me. Everybody's going to think I'm a hero and they can't question it or they're racist. Nah. People have sort of caught up to this, and they have majorly caught up to it in the last like 3 or 4 years. You know, this kind of thing, it almost feels like some virtue signaling on steroids that took a very, very, very twisted turn. It's crazy. The HOA, the hateful Klan-owned HOA, spray painted my house. Oh, my house conveniently burned down 3 months later with some people in it. And you've got a shit ton of former civil lawsuits against you. Yeah, that smells foul to a lot of folks. It does. Wow, folks. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Peace them out. Till next time.